Well, hey there. You're about to learn some interesting and fairly unusual things you might have never heard before. So by all means, grab yourself a drink, sit back, and enjoy. Let's go. M&Ms are named after the businessmen who created the candy. Forrest Mars and Bruce Murray got off on the right foot with their new business, but their relationship eventually turned sour once Mars leveraged Murray out of his 20% share of the business before it became a huge success. The youngest pope in history was Pope Benedict IX, who was likely in his early 20s when he was elected in 1032. He is also the only person to have served as pope more than once. Listening to music can greatly enhance physical performance. Research has shown that the synchronization of music with repetitive exercise provides enhanced performance, helping people work out for longer and train more efficiently. Chicken? On Christmas? Yes. It's a big tradition in Japan to eat KFC on Christmas Day. In fact, over 3 million people on average pre-order their Christmas meals, often weeks in advance. As a result, December 24th is typically the busiest day of the year for KFC overall, with sales 10 times higher than on any other day. This tradition traces to Takeshi Okawara, the manager of the first KFC in Japan, which opened in 1970. Now that's one divided city. Istanbul in Turkey is the only city to be located on 2 continents. Did you know that? It's true. The western half is located in Europe, while the eastern half is in Asia. Camels store fatty tissue, not water in their humps. This serves as an energy reserve to help them survive without food. Not only that, but storing fat in one area helps keep them cooler than if it were distributed across the rest of their body, like fat is in most other animals. John Adams, the United States' second president, was the first to live in the White House. That's because the White House was under construction during George Washington's term. Yes, George never lived there. The White House was still unfinished when the Adams family moved in. The hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth was 134 degrees Fahrenheit. The World Meteorological Organization made the recording at California's Death Valley back in 1913. A 10-day heat wave occurred that included the peak temperature and was the hottest stretch on record for the valley. All right, you might have to hear this one twice, but it's true. In the Philippines, there's a particular island that's within a lake, on an island that's within a lake, on an island. Did you follow that? It's a freshwater caldera called Lake Taal, located on the island of Luzon. And despite the active volcano's history of eruptions, it's still a fairly popular tourist destination. Movie previews called trailers have been around since the beginning of cinema. They were called trailers because they used to play after the feature film, not before, like they do today. Regardless, the name stuck. In the United States, Kentucky has more caves than any other place on Earth. The Mammoth Cave system was formed over centuries from dissolving limestone. Although it's estimated that around 400 miles of tunnels have been explored, scientists believe there may be some 200 miles still unexplored. Hey America, you're off the hook. That's right. Processed cheese, thought of as an all-American invention, was actually created in Switzerland by Walter Gerber and Fritz Stettler in 1911 to improve shelf life before being shipped overseas. 5 years later, James L. Kraft patented a similar process in the US, and his company developed the first commercially packaged cheese slices in the 1950s. Did you like those? Or were there any that stood out to you the most? Let us know in the comments. Of course, your general thoughts and comments are welcome too. Thanks, and see you in the next video.